Good evening. Sunday's magnitude 3.6 earthquake near Adams Center has everyone talking, and it has us asking questions. Sunday's rumbler was the second strongest to center on Green Settlement Road in 10 days. Other things that we've learned and we'll report on here tonight are that because of the strength of Sunday's earthquake, state transportation workers had to inspect bridges within a 40-mile radius of the epicenter. And using the school seismograph, Carthage students are using the earthquake as a science lesson. But first, let's go to 7 News reporter Zach Grady live on Green Settlement Road, the center of all the recent earthquakes. Zach, how many have there been?
Jeff, we're here on Green Settlement Road where up until 10 days ago, there had not been a recorded earthquake in documented history. Then on April 14th, a 2.6 magnitude earthquake hit. Yesterday, a second earthquake, this one measuring 3.6 magnitude hit, starting right here. When you add up all of the aftershocks that came with that earthquake, that's 11 earthquakes in a 10-day stretch. The magnitude of yesterday's earthquake has Carthage students studying the science while New York State workers are out inspecting roadways and bridges.
3.5 is the threshold. Anything over 3.5 or higher requires action.
After Sunday's magnitude 3.6 quake, within 30 minutes, state transportation crews sprung into action, needing to inspect each bridge within 40 miles of the epicenter near Adams Center.
So we're going to be busy for a while, but we've had no reports of damage, and based on our inspections so far, there's been no evidence of any damage to the bridges.
Meanwhile, New York Power Authority dams in Messina need not to be inspected because of its location more than 80 miles from the center of the earthquake and didn't register as powerful. An inspection of the Thousand Islands Bridge yielded no issues according to the TI Bridge Authority. From inspecting infrastructure to reading a seismograph, Sunday's quake provided a unique learning experience at Carthage Central.
Being really close, it's not very common for us to get an earthquake that's this close.
Zach Miller is teaching his earth science students about collecting data from an earthquake using the seismograph.
Typically in our area, we don't feel earthquakes, so it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing for some of these students to be able to feel the earthquake.
I think it's a really great opportunity to be able to learn with the things that we have, because in many places there aren't as many opportunities to do that.
Sunday's 3.6 quake isn't the strongest one for the region. That one measured 5.7, centered east of Messina in 1944. While epicenters aren't usually in southern Jefferson County, the North Country has had its fair share of earthquakes.
Historically, we've had a lot of earthquakes in that area. Since 1970, there's been approximately 79 earthquakes larger than magnitude 2.5 in that area.
USGS tells us as well that there is no real way to determine if the shaking has stopped here on Green Settlement Road. In fact, finding fault lines here on the East Coast is actually more common than you would imagine. Zach Grady, 7 News.